Pokémon Champions is set to release on the 8th of April this year. This will be for Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. The mobile phone version has been confirmed to release later on this year, but it hasn't got a set release date yet. But anyway, what about this game? It's already been playtested by a handful of people online. These include Pokemon casters, VGC battle specialists, social media influencers, you name it. I think that personally it's more of a marketing strategy that Nintendo, Game Freak, and also the Pokemon Company invite social media platforms to come and take a look and give their take, so it spreads wide and far very, very quickly. The benefits are that this also gives a view from players who actually play the game, and it's not just purely from a designer's perspective or a media perspective. These can include little details that actually affect gameplay and performance. An example is that Wolf Glick, a well-known VGC World Champion, managed to spot that the move Protect has only 8 move points, or PP as it's known for in the game, as opposed to 16 at max, and so that gives an insight as to how games could be faster paced or restricted because you can't really clip Protect as an intention to stall things out. And for most people, that's a huge part of the game. That's how you reposition or bait the opponent into hitting something that's low life, or you even use it as part of a bigger strategy or game plan. So that's like the benefit of getting real players to playtest the game early. But I think the company is focused on bigger names with lots of followers, and this is where, for example, if Nintendo or Game Freak or whoever were to raise their prices or do things such as create paywalls, these big names would have to cover them because it's kind of part of their job. But the problem could occur that because these are known as social influencers, the term influencer is a real thing. So if the company does bad practices and still invites these big name platforms, it could just create a culture of consumers that follow just any practices from these companies because it's been not approved but covered by masses of well-known and highly influential people. But it has nothing to do with anyone like doing anything malicious or intentional. No, of course not. You know, for a lot of people who are invited to these events, it's a very uplifting and special kind of experience. But underneath it, I can see that there is a marketing technique there, like a clear intention. And it could be something that creates a bigger permanent problem, like prices that don't ever change because certain people can afford them, and kind of indicate that this is what everybody has, this is the culture. But anyway, that's well, yeah, let's move on. That's just my initial feeling. But what we can do is we can have a look at stuff that are great things surrounding the release of this game, the training modes that bring people in, the extensive explanations and better graphics, easier to read and understand the move statuses and exact number of percentages, how likely a move like Thunderbolt can paralyze. It's good because it kind of closes the divide between people who know and people who do not know for whatever reason. And I think this is all good things. Like for Pokemon battling moving forward, I think people will be encouraged to learn about more strategies and more information about the dynamics of a battle rather than just the moves and the Pokemon. You can play any of your favorite games to gather Pokemon and bring them into home. I would say that you got to be a little bit careful about where they come from because, for example, Steelix, my favorite Pokemon, can only learn Body Press in Sword and Shield and not BDSP, not Legends EA. So if you want to gather this move in Pokemon Champions, you probably need to use your VP or victory points. And from the reviews and comments from others, this could be expensive, and using your resources wisely probably is the best thing to do when navigating this game, because small things like that could change or alter your entire team's strategy or even become the main frame of it. And also Steelix, for example, or anyone, only get Megastones from Legends EA and only get Terastallization from Scarlet and Violet. But VP, in my opinion, doesn't really seem like anything new. I mean, pretty much every Pokemon game has its own currency, whether it's LP, whether it's BP, and now VP. I guess like it just covers a wider area than just battle points. is victory points maybe after unlocking achievements and going to areas of the game that you would normally venture into. Training mode, for example, gives you VP. I just hope they don't really turn into like real money transactions. Although there have been things like buying tickets and things like that, which I'm not really sure what that's about, but there's a ton of information online to look at already, including websites and videos. So the best thing I can do is break things down and give my thoughts as to what this all means when put together. Pokemon abilities and signature abilities will happen. This is going to change the course of battle and maybe the meta. The meta is what's known as the strongest Pokemon cores and teams that kind of direct where the competition is going and who to watch out for and who to counter. So that creates a whole bunch of Pokemon that may or may not be, well, viable in that format. But in retrospect, it looks good. It looks like a fun game. We'll get to discover a lot more. We will have to change our playstyles and things like that. I think it's a great time to dive into VGC and battling if you've looked on the outside and you're curious about it, because there's a lot of connection, accessibility, information, explanations, all of that stuff. And that's all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the chit chat, how about dropping a like or subscribe if you're brand new for more content to come, especially as I'll be playing this game for sure when it comes out. And I can't wait because I'm competitive and I can't wait to see everyone watching on the battlefield, because this is going to be huge. It's going to go to phones, it's going to go to Switch, it's going to be the platform for the World Championship. Everyone's going to have it. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you guys there. So let us know your thoughts below and I'll see you guys in the next video. So take care and bye for now.